I want to do a video for y'all today on the old Bunny bread van that I have here. It'd mean the world to me if y'all would go subscribe to my channel, hit that like button, click that notification bell. But I'm not sure on the year model, but it was Bunny bread. I bought it back in the 80s off a friend of mine, drove it in here. I think I drove it in here. I might have hauled it, but it was running when he had it. Go around here, you've got a better view of it. I might should have went around the other side, but I'm going up this side. This door on the driver's side of it looks like it's a door, but it's not. It's actually riveted shut. You can see the rivets all the way around where it has been riveted shut. I guess it looks like from factory. Get up here to the front of it. Get a better view if I can. This hood, I guess you'd call it a hood, bolts on. And it's just been unbolted. It actually sits back up where it's supposed to go. This thing says Boyertown, Better Built Merchandiser. It's telling you all the motor and everything's all still in it. It's no inline 6-cylinder. Probably won't be too much trouble to get that thing started back up and running, since there was nothing wrong with it when it was parked here. It was just sat here since the 80s. Try to back off here, give you all a little better view of it. As you can see on the left hand side, there's a window in the side. The friend that I bought it from had actually cut that hole and put that window in it years ago because he was going to do some kind of food truck out of it, but then never worked out for him. So you can see the Bunny bread on the back door there where it's open. I love little neat stuff like this. I've just used it for storage ever since I had it. I can do a lot of these buses and vans and stuff that's here. I just use them for storage to keep stuff in. There's no Ford van. Again, just using it for storage. I've got carburetors and stuff in this old bread van. I've got some old buses and stuff here as well. This one I think was a 55, and it has been here since the 80s as well. This bus here is a little newer. It's a longer one. It was somewhere in the 60s. And there's another bus over there that was in the 60s. It's a long one as well. And this shorter bus right here, it was actually in the 50s. And like I say, I just use these old buses for storage. I've got more buses than this. It's just some that's sitting in this area. And like I said, we use them for storage. I'll go back around to the back of the bread van, show you guys the inside of it. Like I said, I've just got it full of carburetors, stuff of that nature that I've saved up over the years. So many people look for carburetors this day and time just to rebuild, because I guess they quit making the carburetors back in the 80s and went to fuel injection. So a lot of people come ask me if I have any carburetors or parts for carburetors. They look everywhere and cannot find any carburetor parts. I guess unlike me, a lot of people didn't keep them over the years. I've got stacks of carburetors. Even on the top shelf above the windshield, you probably can't see over here, but there's carburetors stacked all up there as well. On the dash, on the doghouse, seats folded down, carburetors sitting on it, carburetors on the floor up there. that probably should be got out of there and brought back to life. Back when I got it, it was just kind of common to see them old things, no big deal. But this dang time, they're getting a little harder to find. And this old bus over here, and like I said, I think it was a 53, 4, or 5. But I just got stuff stored in it as well. Distributors is another thing that a lot of people come looking for. Or parts for a distributor, or a distributor they can rebuild. So I've got this whole big tub in this thing here. It's flung full of distributors. These old buses are just great for parts. A lot of these parts was put in here actually back from the 80s till now. There's a little bit of everything in there, but I could still about tell you everything that is in these buses and vans. And there's something else that's hard to find. There's these, I got lots of these passing gear rods, kick down rods, detent rods, whatever you want to call them. Goes from the carburetor down to the transmission to kick passing gear in. Those are hard to come by this day and time for a lot of the old cars in the 60s and 70s. And I just never did want to throw anything away. I would take it and put it up and save it, thinking someday somebody's going to be looking for that. And sure enough, I get a lot of people that looks for hard to find stuff, and they'll tell me, I really love when they tell me, I've looked everywhere and I can't find this nowhere. I bet you don't have it, but I'm going to ask anyway. And it just really tickles me and them when I tell them, yeah, I've got it. And I'm able to fix them up with it. That way they can keep their car going or get the car built that they're building or whatever the situation is. But I just thought I'd give you all a little glimpse of some of this stuff this morning. Back away here and give you a little side view of this old 55 bus. Now, back when I got this one in the 80s, there was actually a guy living in it, or had been living in it. He had moved out, and it was still sitting on the property of the guy that we just wanted to sell it. So I bought it from him, hauled it down here, and started using it for storage. Hey, I'll come back to another video for you guys here real soon. Y'all have a good day.